I actually find it funny how the team that hates us the most, our rivals, the team that doesn't want us to see us succeed, win everything. Actually, the team that supports Man City the most and are loud about it are always the easiest game of our season. Like I haven't had any trouble playing against Spurs in the longest time, especially in their ground. I think this is our fourth win in a row now. We destroy them. I don't know, man. I guess it's Spurs. It's that Spurs at its best. And no, the funny thing with Spurs is they are vocal, they are loud, they don't want to see Arsenal win the league or anything for that regard or for anything for that sense. But what they do, they'll take points off City and they'll give us all the points. Like they took 4 points off City this season and we took 6 points off them. Easy, easy, easy. And if they play City tomorrow, I'm telling you, they would draw or win. Anyways, hi guys, welcome to another episode of WTF. It's actually funny, man. It's actually funny, man. That Spurs are a pathetic institution. Like that's what they are. They're a pathetic institution, Spurs. I don't understand how their fans go about it. They don't do anything. Their season, like the success of their season, depends on basically Arsenal not winning that particular season. So if we don't win the league this season, they'll be happy. Other than that, they have nothing to play for. But we're not going to talk about Spurs, man. We're going to talk about my club. It was a must-win game. It was a must-win game. We need to bounce back from that Wolves result, man. That Wolves result, we need to bounce back. We've put ourselves in an awkward situation where we need Man City to be the first team to drop points now. Otherwise, we're in trouble. So now going to the end of the season, Man City have to be the one who drop first. So that's the position we are in right now because we dropped points against Wolves. But this game today, man, this is one of the easiest games. In fact, we've had two easy games this season. It was the first one against Spurs at home, where we won 4-1. And actually this one, this would have been our easiest goal. We've won an aggregate 8-2. Spurs are a weird institution, man. But let's talk about this game, man. Let's talk about this game. Of course, I was starting 11. I was actually happy with our starting 11, to be honest. I was happy with our starting 11. There were a couple of concerns, obviously, on certain players. We started with Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Nkapia. Of course, this is our regular back four, with obviously Calafiori coming in and out for Nkapia. But Nkapia is playing well recently, so it doesn't drop out. We had Zubamendi and Declan Rice as who needed a big performance, man. His spell Arsenal has been off and on. In terms of it's been more off than on, except for when he plays against Spurs. And then we had Saka, Trossard, and Gyökeres. Now, when we started this game, I'm not going to talk about Spurs, man. I don't care. When we started this game, we actually started it with more intent. We were so, like, I was so happy with that first 10 minutes. We were so direct, we were so aggressive. We showed the level between us and Spurs, like the gap level between us and Spurs, that there's a difference. We are first, they are down there, 15 or 16, fighting relegation. That's what I wanted to see today, that reaction. And we started like that. We bullied them, won every duel. Our passes were incisive, we were so direct. We approach their box as aggressive as we can. We started to create more chances. But obviously, that stupid linesman, man. What I don't know what was happening with that linesman. He killed the momentum with that loss of communication. Killed the momentum. And then after that, Spurs, they started. You could tell that we were starting to we were trying to find a way to start over again. And then that's when Spurs started to, they don't even do anything to us. But we're just less aggressive. And then obviously, brilliant play by Saka got lucky with Papisa, and then created a chance for Eze, who, by the way, it's funny that Eze nearly went to Spurs, actually. That is actually funny that Eze, beginning of the season, nearly went to Spurs. He must regret that. Like, he must regret that whether that was even a possibility. Because the way he plays against Spurs when he hits, Eze now has 6 goals in the Prem. 5 of those goals have come against Spurs. And the way he celebrates when he plays against Spurs, he's laughing, covering his mouth. This is actually fun, man. I don't know. I thought overall it was one of his better performances again. Obviously, games against Spurs or against the Spurs text. But he played so well in that 10 role. This time he was less shy. He was available for the ball. He was receiving, he was turning, he was driving. So in the second half, driving forward, He created a couple of chances for Saka as well. I thought Ez was brilliant, man. Um, you know what? I want to say this, man. Declan Rice, man. This guy, which is crazy by the way, because this performance was not flawless because of that mistake he made. But Declan Rice proved yet again why he's ahead of every player in the Premier League this season. He's been the best performer in the Premier League this season. That performance, the way he has won every QL, the way he was breaking up play, the way he was carrying the ball forward, his presence in that midfield, man. What a solid performance. After he made that, I was actually when he was the one who made that mistake, I was okay with it. Well, I knew that it wasn't going to affect him mentally because he's a strong. It's like he has a strong mentality. He's a strong mental player. That performance, there was no way Ignaz was losing this game. He was a leader in that midfield. He received the ball from the back. He's the one who was more aggressive out of position and in position as well. He was making the right passes. That performance, man. Again, adding to all the performance that he's had this season proves why he's ahead of anyone for the player of the season in my books. To be honest, I think Rice this season has been the player of the season. He's ahead of anyone, man. What a performance! What a performance from Declan Rice, man. Over the last couple of games, the performances where I thought, okay, he's been especially like against Wolves, but overall this season, Declan Rice has been fantastic, man. Has been fantastic. I do not accept any bad slander when it comes to his name, man. He's a brilliant performance. What was a brilliant performance from a brilliant player, man. What a performance. I was happy with Declan Rice. Anyways, I wanted to talk about Gyökeres, man. So I actually no, the thing with Gyökeres, right? I get it. He plays for Arsenal, so the hit on his name will when he's underperforming, he gets to hold the biggest smoke more than any other underperforming strikers because he plays for Arsenal, big institution, right? So I think at some point that pressure might have gotten into me, right? I started looking at him weird. I was like, Gyökeres, obviously he wasn't performing well at that time, but I was like, Gyökeres, man, I don't know. You're not playing well. And then I realized that, you know what? I'm not being fair on Gyökeres because it's his first season, comes from a Portuguese league. He joins a team that is chasing to win titles. The pressure on him is higher than anyone else. And yet the expectation and the reality, we cannot contain, we cannot balance these two. What we expect of him and everything that has happened. He did not have a preseason because he forces everything that has happened with him. And I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, nah, I feel like I'm being too harsh on Gyökeres, and I changed my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna be patient with him. Obviously, I need performances when I'm being patient because unfortunately we're trying to win the league. And I watched him. I'm like, nah, man. Gyökeres is not as bad as people are suggesting. He's had better performances and he's been growing, man. He's been growing. Today he deserved this game. And while I can admit that we have not been playing to his strength, but I always felt like he himself is not doing him just when he has those loose touches. He loses every QL. We can't trust him with his back to goal performances. But today, I thought it was brilliant, man. It was a solid performance. I still want him to improve. I feel like defenders get a lot of, not necessarily joy, but they win a lot more QLs that they should be doing against him. So I need him to fix that. Otherwise, man, I'm patient with him, to be honest. I've learned that a lot of people are too harsh on him, maybe because of aesthetic biasness. People want to see him have those flashy touches. So for me, I just want him to be a killer, compete well, great chances. But like, I want this performance. And he's been playing so well over the recent games, man, which is I'm happy. But yeah, man, like we had too many players who were playing well today, which is brilliant. Now, what does that do for the table? Spurs, let me just say something on Spurs, man. All I want from Spurs this season is to get relegated. Like, that is all I want from Tottenham Hotspur. Get relegated. But we don't talk about Nottingham Forest when I'm talking about Liverpool, obviously. But West Ham and Nottingham Forest are not doing enough, man. I need them to close this gap on Spurs. It's only 4 points between West Ham and Spurs. Surely they close that gap. I need to see Spurs get relegated. I don't know their contribution to the Premier League aside from maybe beating Man City, but I need to see them get relegated, man. Please, I need it. But on top of the league, like I said, we need to win this game, man. After coming back from 2 draws against Brentford and Wolves, And City have been in a good run, man. They've won like 4 in the last 5 games. So we need to win this game. Our next game is now Chelsea and City are playing Leeds. The point difference is like 5 points, but City have a game in hand. I mean, to be honest, this is where I would rather be. I'd rather be ahead with 5 points than to be behind with 5 points. It's not a comfortable position, but this is where I want to be. But yeah, man, I was actually happy with this performance, man. I was happy with the performance. I was, in the sense, I was calm, but obviously you wanna see goals, so I'm almost anxious because we're not scoring enough. Once we started scoring, I wasn't phased at all. Now that Gabriel and that push on Gabriel, listen, it's soft. I mean, it's soft, man. And it's actually crazy how whenever Gabriel makes a mistake, we always concede, but we never concede from Saliba. It's crazy. Like Saliba could make the exact same mistakes as Gabriel, and we never concede. But whenever Gabriel makes a mistake, man, as little as it may be, we concede. It's funny. But yeah, man. Let's go. Let's continue, man. Where there's I think 12 games left now. I think there's 12 games left, if I'm being correct. Or 12 games left. I think there's 10 games or 12 games left. But yeah, let's see, man. It's 5 points ahead. I don't mind that. Another tough game left. Now, the other game that I actually watched, which I'm just going to cover, is Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. Before this game started, right, I'm going to be honest. Before this game started, I was looking at the table, at the league table. I saw that Liverpool was sixth. It didn't make sense to me why Liverpool are sixth in the league, considering the quality of the players that they have. And then I watched this game. That first half, man, was bad from Liverpool. It was bad. It almost justified their positioning in the league. It was a bad first half performance from Liverpool. I thought that they got away with it. That first half to finish 0-0 was actually poor from Forest. It was actually poor from Forest. I did not believe what I was watching that first half, because Liverpool had all the players that I rate. And to be honest, I'm gonna be honest. I want Liverpool to get Champions League football. Like I'd very much prefer them than most of these clubs that are competing for Champions League football, like your Chelseas, your Man Uniteds. I would rather have Liverpool get that fourth spot. But these performances, man, I was very concerned with that performance. But in the second half, I thought Liverpool started to insert their dominance more. They started to prove why they are sixth and Forest are fighting relegation, and then they pushed more, but they weren't creating any high quality chances. To be honest, I thought Eketika got a chance that he missed, and then Mark Alex. I mean, I thought that first goal that scored that was denied by VR. I thought it was harsh. To be honest, I thought it was harsh. I get it; it's a rules. If it hits the hand, then it doesn't count. But I thought it was harsh, man, because his hand was literally on his body. It just hit his elbow. Yeah, I guess it's justified that he was the one who ended up scoring that winner. But Liverpool, as for a performance, man, I think Liverpool needs to do better than that. They need to do better than that. They are competing against Man United and Chelsea. I mean, they're also not as good as United have a game in hand. So if they win, they're going to be 3 points ahead of Liverpool right now. But I need Liverpool, man, to. I want Liverpool to get top four, man. They are the team out of these 4 teams, from Aston Villa to Liverpool. I would rather have Liverpool getting top four than these other teams battle it out. But these performances, man, I don't like these performances. They're playing West Ham at home next, so they should win. But yeah, man, I did not watch any other game except for these 2 games. I saw that Chelsea again dropped points against Burnley. This isn't from dropping points against Leeds. Chelsea fans, man, I think especially on social media, man, Chelsea fans, they spend their time talking about Arsenal not winning the league, blah 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 blah, and they have the problems of their own. But yeah, man, there's nothing more to say. I think Liverpool should lock in. But I guess the problem is maybe if they get top four, they don't sack Slot, and Slot should be sacked right now. I don't know, but I'd rather they get top four and then they fumble beginning of the season and they sack Slot while they're in the top, while they're playing Champions League, rather than not getting top four and then they sack Slot and they have to play Europa League and all that. So I genuinely hope that I like Liverpool, man. I like Liverpool. I mean, people who don't, can't be shocked. I prefer Liverpool than most times. So I hope they get that top four. But as for Arsenal and Man City, man, listen, it's awkward at the top. I'm not gonna lie, it's awkward at the top. People have been texting me. You know when Arsenal lose, right? I get more attention than when it's my birthday. So people were texting me, asking me, how do you feel? What do you think? Are you guys gonna put the league again? What's the feeling? Listen, I don't know. We're here, we're top fifth, we're top by 5 points. Let's see what happens, man. I'm still convinced that we're gonna win this league. So my thought has not changed. Even if we lose the next game, my thoughts will not change. They will change when we don't win this league. So this is how you're feeling. Texts from Chelsea fans who are not winning games. I don't entertain them. United fans, uh, listen, man. Let's just relax the ball. Relax the ball. I know you guys are excited to see me ball this league. You can't wait to see me ball this league. You are praying for my downfall. But let's take it one game at a time. Let's take it one game at a time. And these texts and calls and everything that I get when we don't win games. And this game play at night, like the game would finish at 12, and then I get text around 12:30. Yo, what do you think? I don't know. I don't know what I think. I think we're gonna win this league. Anyways, yeah, guys, man. Let's continue to like, share, and subscribe. I'm happy today. You can tell we beat Spurs. Spurs is a team I dislike the most. So when we beat Spurs, I'm always happy. I want them to get relegated, and I'm happy that I contributed to them getting relegated. I beat them twice this season. I beat them 8-2 in aggregate, so they won't even get that goal difference. I'm doing the league a favor, so I need that clear to lock in. But as for me, man, I need my boys to lock in, man. This was a good performance. Good performance. Up next, Chelsea. We beat Chelsea. Listen, if we beat Chelsea, then if we beat Chelsea next, then oh yeah, actually, let me be quiet. Let me be quiet, guys. Let's continue to like, share, man, and subscribe. Yeah, it's been a good weekend. Definitely different than the previous weekend. Cheers.